Samiksha, did you read the newspaper today?
Oh, it must be about a Bollywood couple again, na?
Surprisingly, no, and even bigger. It's kind of huge deal in the medicine world. Okay, do you remember Sun Pharma bought Ranbaxy for $4 billion back in 2015?
Oh, wait, Ranbaxy? Wasn't that the company that was always involved in the US quality checks like the FDA? Oh, their medicines were actually banned, right?
Exactly. That's the messy part. Sun Pharma bought a company which had total quality issues and banned products, especially in the markets of US. It was like buying a house which needs a total renovation.
So how did Sun Pharma, being such a top-notch company, fix such a big mess?
Basically changed everything at Ranbaxy. You know, they taught their staffs new methods of quality control. They implemented very strict laws for the quality of medicines and the drugs. They talked a lot with the government officials on how can they improve the Ranbaxy drugs, and they really did a great job in doing this.
So what was the main idea behind all this hard work?
The main idea was to fix all the Ranbaxy's quality problem so that the Ranbaxy's medicine could be sold in US. They actually wanted to make sure that their big investments was worth it.
So did it work out well?
It was a bit mixed. Um, they did fix many things, but it costed them a lot of time and a lot of money. It also affected how much profit they made for long years.
So, the big lesson is always check a company carefully before you buy it, especially for hidden problems.
That's right, because sometimes fixing old problems can be super expensive.
Hello everyone. Today I'll be presenting a case study on Ranbaxy, once a leading name in the Indian pharmaceutical industry, and the regulatory pitfalls that led to one of the most scrutinized acquisitions in Indian corporate history. We will look at the compliance failures, the strategic rationale behind its acquisition by Sun Pharma, the post-merger integration challenges, and the critical lessons this case offers for future mergers and acquisitions, especially in the Indian histories regulated like pharma. Let's begin with the timeline of Ranbaxy's troubles prior to its acquisitions. The storm started in 2008 when the US FDA banned 30 generic drugs from Ranbaxy's Pautna, Sahib, and Davis plants, citing good manufacturing practice violations. In 2009, the company was placed under the FDA's application integrity policy, meaning any new drug applications were treated with extra caution. The most significant blow came in 2013 when Ranbaxy paid a $500 million fine to US Department of Justice for falsifying data and selling adulterated drugs. By 2014, several of its plants, including Tausna, faced import alerts. The core issues revolved around data integrity lapses, cross-contamination, poor complaint management, and chronic non-compliance. These issues not only invited penalties but severely damaged its global reputation. Despite the chaos, Sun Pharma saw potential. So why did they go ahead with acquiring Ranbaxy? Strategically, this acquisition would make Sun Pharma the largest in India and the fifth largest generic pharma company globally. It allowed access to Ranbaxy's vast product portfolio and pipelines, including access to markets when Ranbaxy still had presence despite the bans. Additionally, there was the promise of synergy, with cost savings and revenue boosts, estimated at around $250 to $300 million. But there were immediate integration challenges. Sun was inheriting a company under intense FDA scrutiny. There was a stark cultural mismatch. Sun Pharma had strict compliance practices while Ranbaxy's culture was lax. Operationally integrating and revamping multiple non-compliant facilities was a huge task. Sun Pharma's had to act fast and effectively. Their post-merger integration playbook involved several structural steps. They created an integration management office with dedicated work streams across quality, manufacturing, R&D, supply chain, HR, and more. The first priority was a quality system overall. This involved conducting root cause analysis and forming robust remediation plans for each facility. There was significant investment in technology and infrastructure, including IT systems for better data integrity. On the human capital side, Sun aligned leadership teams and launched extensive training programs to instill a new compliance mindset across Ranbaxy's workforce. Talent retention was another key challenge during this transition. They also ensured constant communication with regulators like the US FDA and worked to maintain employee morale and transparency internally. Integration wasn't just complicated, it was costly. Sun Pharma openly warned of an adverse impact on profits in financial year 2015 and 16, owing to the remediation and compliance cost. Some facilities, such as Mohali plant, took nearly 3 years to become fully compliant. The bans led to lost revenues and higher operational cost. The synergies that were anticipated took much longer to realize. For years, this acquisition became a financial drag. However, eventually, there were wins. Sun Pharma reclaimed its top spot in the Indian pharma market and became a top 5 global player. It also gained products like Volini, Revital, and eventually re entered the US post resolution of regulatory bans. This case highlights the importance of a strong strategic framework in M&As. First, due diligence must go beyond financials. It should include a rigorous audit of regulatory, operational, and cultural aspects. In pharma, data integrity, compliance audits are essential. Second, ensure there is a genuine and strategic and cultural fit. Even the best financial synergies can collapse due to cultural clashes. Third, engage in proactive risk management. Anticipate every possible risk, regulatory, operational, or talent related, and have contingency plans in place. Strong governance structures and ongoing monitoring are crucial to keep the merger on track. The big takeaway, compliance and future M&A. The key takeaway from the Ranbaxy acquisition is this: compliance is not negotiable, especially in the industries like pharma, where public health is at the stake. Adherence to global quality standards is foundational. Violations can shatter trust, not just with regulators, but also with customers and stakeholders. Tarnished reputation can take millions of years to rebuild. The Ranbaxy case also underscores how past liabilities can become expensive and long-term burdens post-acquisitions. Hence, due diligence is not a cost but an investment, and future M&A strategies must include a holistic assessment of value, financial, operational, regulation, and cultural. Thank you so much.